give to you and your descendants, and you shall spread to the west and to the east and to the north and to the south. From this outlook on Jacob's peak in Beit El, one can see the whole of Israel spread beneath us in four directions. The west, the coastal plain from Netanya, along the coast through the towers of Tel Aviv to Gaza in the south. To the east, the mountains of Moab and Gilead and Transjordan. To the north, from the Shomron Hills to Mount Hermon and the Golan Heights. To the south, the Jerusalem and Hebron mountains. In the center of the tower is a mosaic map depicting the land of Israel as promised to our forefathers.
Bags and stuff, and when I'm the painter, that's what I do. I paint. I do the wood score up, and I bring it here, and here, like on the bottom of every tefillah, we have who belongs to it. Also, there's a little piece of paper inside saying who belongs to, so we can know how to pair them up there. Well, yeah, they're not always made for the person. People wait for someone to. Sometimes people come up with too much to do. And here, yes, they're waiting for it to check just before they're wrapped up. These all have names on them, by the way. These all have names on them. Yeah. And these are the ones that don't have names on it. And and you're looking at guys that are with no work here. I'm sorry, it's not tied. It could be a problem that it might be a yud, right? So, it's showing you this. It's one of the, there's different ways to look at the letters via the computer, okay? But the computer isn't so smart. It gives you a lot of false alarms, okay? And he's doing the Haga'ah, maybe, I don't know what he's doing now, but he's doing the Haga'ah. He has to be checked also by eyes, like that. I think he's doing some tagging, the crowns. מה אתה עושה עכשיו?
לחזק תגים. וגם כל מיני דברים שלא נוגעים, אין גאות וניתוקים קטנים.
He's fixing the tagging, the crowns of the tefillin, and there's light from the bottom of the table and from the top, and this is how they like it. This is how they like it, And okay.
So why aren't the crowns put up?
Have a laugh about something. They can speak English.
So it's all done by hand.
Yeah. And you don't need a lot of head to do the work. So that's also an advantage because you can listen to. We have a cold out here. We can listen to Shirin. And these shins here are going to be painted black like that. This needs a little bit of a repair on the shin, but I'm going to be painting the black on the shins,
So the white ones there, that's before it's painted?
Yeah.
And it's of wood? What is that?
It's wood.
It is wood?
No, maybe Tom. This is a leather animal. This is leather from a cow.
This is leather?
From a cow or a bull.
This is leather?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did that, okay, this is how it goes. You put the fillet on here, and we just turn it around like this and spray paint. Don't worry, this is
I see, there's nothing coming out.
The pat, totafot, tat, pat, totafot, pat. Okay, it's two words, combined, and these two words means two and two, and so some accountants say that's four. So we have four compartments, and each paragraph of tefillin goes in each. There's four paragraphs of tefillin in the Torah. Each one gets its own compartment. That's the way it goes.
Divine Presence, the holiest site for the Jewish people for 369 years. The tabernacle was comprised of two main parts, the courtyard courtyard and the tabernacle tent. The tabernacle courtyard was rectangular, 100 cubits in length by 50 cubits in width, about 50 meters by 25 meters. In the heart of the courtyard stood the altar, made of wood overlaid with copper. On it burned the eternal fire, on which sacrifices, meal offerings, and wine offerings were made every single day. Since it is forbidden to ascend the altar by stairs, the Kohanim, the priests, ascended by a ramp. Before the Kohanim begin the tabernacle service, they would purify their hands and feet in the copper laving basin which stood between the altar and the tabernacle tent. It is said that when the contributions for the tabernacle were collected in the desert, all the women donated their copper mirrors from which the laving basin was made. Tabernacle tent, the sanctuary for the day's service. Twice a day they burned incense on the gold-plated incense altar. A blend of 11 special spices which were placed on the coals and whose wonderful perfume wafted far into the distance. Once a week, 12 special loaves of bread were placed on the golden table, which stood at the north end of the sanctuary. The secret method of preparing the showbread was passed down from father to son. Every evening, the candles of the seven-branched menorah, which stood in the south across from the table, were kindled. The menorah was made of a single piece of solid gold and ornamented with flower-like cups, buds, and blossoms. At the tip of every branch was a receptacle into which pure olive oil was poured. Ever since, the menorah has been one of the symbols of the Jewish nation. The Kohen Gadol, the high priest, entered the Holy of Holies. In the Holy of Holies stood the Ark of the Covenant, on top of which were the curtain and the two cherubs. The cherubs were in the form of two angels facing each other, with wings outstretched over the ark. Inside the ark were the tablets of the covenant, the first tablets which were broken by Moses, and the second, unbroken tablets. The tablets and the broken tablets lie inside the ark. This is the place from which God's voice is heard. And I will speak to you from above the ark cover, between the two cherubs, which are above the ark of the covenant. The tabernacle is a place of meeting, where man meets himself, where man meets his brothers and his people, where man meets his Creator. There is much more to it than meets the eye. The clues and secrets hidden in every part of the tabernacle and its vessels are many and lofty. For 369 years, the tabernacle dwelt in Shiloh until the city was destroyed by the Philistines. It then wandered until Solomon built the temple in Jerusalem. But to this very day it is said, if you stand where the tabernacle stood and take a deep, deep breath, you can smell, if only for a moment, the scent of the incense which still suffuses the walls.